controversy that Batman can't go down on Catwoman.
Oh yeah, I love this.
What?
They cut it out of the Harley Quinn show. They wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah, apparently superheroes don't do that kind of thing.
Are we live? That would be.
Yeah.
That's great. Perfect, everyone. Well done, team. Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. This is Topflight, and we're here for superhero conversations and gameplay. And I was just hearing something interesting about Batman and Catwoman. If anybody wants to repeat that, go ahead.
Yeah.
Or we can talk about other things.
Well,
Oliver Queen can have sex though. That's fine. Oliver Queen fucks, but Batman and Catwoman. Not
Superheroes
so
fuck, but just they can't go down on each other.
Well, maybe it's because Bruce Wayne is just a selfish lover. I could see that. It's
so
not
I
that he
have
can't,
one.
it's that he won't.
That's canon. I have one question. What does going down mean? It means things are getting worse. Things like
Yeah, Philip.
Yeah.
Like an elevator, like going.
Welcome to Top Flight, everybody. This is going to be a fun, just chill, normal session. We are going to be having a couple of special things tonight because last week our heroic crew managed to do something heroic. Good for them. Before we jump into it, anybody have any things they want to talk about or plug or say? When I say plug, let me be very clear because of conversations that were just happening. By plug, I don't mean anything related to like going down on people or whatever. I mean like promote projects.
I really don't feel like that was a necessary qualification. I feel like we all understand what that word means.
It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
Everything's grand. Anybody have anything anybody have any things they want to talk about, projects and such? I will mention our sort of the other program here on the Long Last Lore Twitch, where we have our horror show called Blood from a Stone. That'll be this Friday at 7:30, and we have already killed 4 characters of players, so that's been very fun. Anybody else?
Might see some familiar faces.
But they will.
Oh yes, that is true. Yes, we had a familiar face last week in the form of Pierce there, and then yes, Lauren will be on.
I got to be very flamboyant and die very quickly. I really enjoyed my magic shop, and then I was eaten alive for that.
Feels like that's always the way. Well, great.
That's a good show.
So very fun. Any other things to plug or promote or socials you want to get out there?
It's E3, so a lot of things I'm working on have new things. But in a couple months, I'll let you all know what those are.
Exactly.
I like to promote drinking water. It's getting hotter outside, and it's important to stay hydrated for full bodily functions. So
it really is.
Yeah.
I don't have water. I have coffee.
Neither do I. This is straight.
I have popcorn.
Anna's pressured me into drinking 2 gallons a day.
Yeah, 2 full gallons.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, everybody.
You could say it's called Pierce pressure.
Hey.
Ugh.
You
On
could,
that
but you
note,
shouldn't.
Let's get into this freaking game. And guess what, my friends? You have the rare treat of I'm not going to ask you to pick a prologue because we just have so much to do. Oh no, Teleportia's sad. Did you want a prologue? I can come up with some options.
I always want a prologue.
What's Rocky Jumper?
Yeah, what's Rocky Jumper doing?
All right.
Nothing. He's not doing a damn thing. If you've been paying an iota of attention to this game, he's just sitting there.
Always doing something.
I don't understand how you can't understand the concept of still waters running deep.
I either want to see Rocky Jumper or I want to see Susan.
Oh, Susan.
Yes.
There are some strong options. Well, we will get to them.
Yeah, they're all quarantined still in a hotel room.
Yeah.
But for now, we are going to begin with a bit of a power unlocking session here. So our wonderful characters are going to get the opportunity to increase their powers incrementally.
Yes.
For those at home, I'll talk you through how this is going to go. They all get 5 points called enhancement points that they can put into various types of upgrades. You can use just one for like a small little boost here or there to a stat. You can use more to get like minor enhancements of your new powers. You can also get minor powers from like your current source or from different sources. Everyone's going to be able to have the opportunity to do that. But the first thing I want to do, just to mention to everybody, so we can all do this if you have not done so already, you get to click 3 boxes on your character sheet.
Oh, right.
That is
Any 3
anything in
boxes.
skills or saving throws. You can gain proficiency, or you can gain expertise. You could even use 2 of them. Proficiency, expertise, boom, boom. If you have any questions about places where you'd like to put said check marks, by all means, let me know. Like I would say V, you should use one of yours in performance, I think.
I'm
Oh,
shocked
sure.
that there isn't one there already.
For
Well,
what?
V already has performance, just doesn't have. So you could go to
Oh.
expertise in performance.
Ah,
So 3 check marks anywhere, right?
3 check marks anywhere in, yes, and I guess there are only check marks in the places you could put them. So yeah, that's fine.
And it doesn't
You could go-
cost any more to go to expertise. It's not like it costs 2 of them.
Nope, doesn't cost any more. You're just spending. Willy nilly, however you want to do.
Done.
Yeah.
I think so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put
Please.
1 in my con save to get proficiency in that.
Love it.
I'm gonna put 1 in my charisma save to get proficiency in that.
That's
I'm-
smart.
And then I'm gonna put 1 in science cosmos to get proficiency in that, to represent both like more of my knowledge and then also more of like the guardians, like not like innate like knowledge, like becoming part of my own.
I think that makes a lot of sense for your character. Yes, V.
First of all, Dan, thank you for that, because I just added more to my wisdom saving throws.
I think that'd be great for you.
I think for you, upping those
Yeah.
wisdom saves is
Yeah,
a grand
absolutely.
Vital.
So you did 1. You got expertise in performance, expertise in wisdom saves, and what will your last check mark be?
I have a question. The way
Please.
that we're powering up,
Mm-hmm.
is it Arcana?
You definitely could take Magic Arcana. That would make some sense. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that was my only question.
I have a question.
Please.
Okay, so I put 1 into Magic Arcana expertise, 1 into Investigation expertise, and I want to put 1. I don't know what I guess it would be Persuasion, but like for example, if she were like comforting a lost child, or
I think that's persuasion.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
I think that is a you're not being deceptive or coercive. Persuasion
Yeah.
is
Okay.
trying to get them to see everything okay, lost child. Don't look at the smoking remains of your parents over there. It's
Oh my
okay.
God.
Don't be cry.
That's cool. Yes, I know what's happening tonight.
I know.
Look,
All right.
their shoes made it. Their shoes in the I'll take the feet out for
their
you. But then
shoes made it.
Yeah. Great. Any questions? Teleportia.
No, I put expertise in survival tracking, so Benadryl won't happen again, hopefully.
Well, what if we need Benadryl?
Well, I know where to get it then, because I will be
carries it.
great at tracking it.
All right. And then anything? And where'd you put the rest?
Intelligence, and the last one I'm still thinking about.
Well,
think
think
I'll-
on. As you work on that, ask if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Then yes, Findon.
Yeah, all saving throws. I did not have proficiency in strength saves, so I do now. I have proficiency in intelligence saves, and I now have expertise in constitution saves.
I think that's great. Yes, I think a defensive way to go is there. And Findon, I'll actually start with you here as we move on to the more kind of complex and sort of nebulous portion of the powering up. So Findon, as you have sort of seen, you've tested your mettle against some serious foes. You've taken some licks.
Was found wanting
And
several times.
well, I mean, you survived. That's all you can really hope for. How are you thinking of upping or upping your powers?
I would like to, if possible, I have Brawn Factor 4. I would like to get to Brawn Factor 5.
All right, Brawn Factor 5 for you. That is basically, you can just boom. do that.
And I spent all my points to do that, right?
I believe for you to go to Brawn Factor 5, you would spend 4 of your points, so you will have 1 left over. So you can gain 1 more. You can check 1 more box, or you can increase any ability score. And here's where it's not as fun for you. Any ability score that is below 20, you can increase by 1. I forgot to put this in the document, but I emailed you guys about it. Basically, to increase things over 20 requires 2 points. So you can either basically just go expertise in strength saves, or gain dexterity saves, or you can you can do the Brawn Factor.
Then I'll use my last one to just have charisma saves as well.
Wonderful. Okay, cool. So yes, you are now Brawn Factor 5. You have
what else does that change?
The main things that changes is you now do 5d6 damage when you punch.
Okay.
Strikes.
How far can you yeet someone now?
Your throwing range becomes 60 feet, not a disadvantage, or 1,040 feet.
How many boars is that across?
It's pretty far.
At least 2.
Probably 3.
You can throw stuff. That is anything that is within your strength score. What is your strength? 25. So 25 times 120 pounds. That's how heavy a thing you could throw that far.
Yeah, I'm checking this right now. So
right. Your long jump becomes 15 times your strength score.
I can now push, drag, or lift something that is 12,000 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
You can. Your long jump is 375 feet. Your
Getting into real Hulk territory now.
Your high jump is 200 feet.
Like that. It is not unreasonable now, that scene in Ang Lee's Hulk, where Hulk is out in the middle of the desert and just starts jumping.
Bounding.
Like all the way back into the city. That's basically where I'm at now.
And then the last thing that happens is your hit die becomes 2d12. So you now have 20d12 maximum hit die. And we are not going to roll them all again because you've already kind of locked it in. So instead, what we're simply going to do is just increase up from the average there. So the average of 2d12 is 13. The average of 1d20 is 10.5, right?
Yeah.
So so you get 25 extra hit points. 2.5 times
extra. Okay.
Yeah. And yes, and bear in mind, when you heal, you roll, if you spend a hit die to heal, you have to spend a 2d12 and you add just your constitution modifier. You can't ever spend individual d12s.
Gotcha. Let me
Got it.
note of this.
It's your hit die size is 2d12, but
No, I'm just going to put that in parentheses and that'll remind me.
Perfect. All right.
Very simple. I'm very simple man.
Basically, Findon is just stronger, brawnier, bulkier than ever. Wonderful, Findon.
Simple but strong.
Very good. And then you did your last one as another saving throw. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's move on here to armament. Have you made any decisions?
So I really do. In this thing you sent out, one of the things that you mentioned was the capacity to form a shield.
Sure.
As a reaction, which I really love. So is that and when you had that in mind, is that a certain number of times, or is that just as a reaction, or?
I would say it is a reaction.
So it takes, but it's not like I have a limited number of uses of that.
No, because your light shield does not give you a limit. It's not a limited number of times, right?
Do you mean lumen?
Lumen, I do mean lumen.
What,
Lumen's barrier of light is just it effectively, I'm just giving you at will shield if you take that.
I will gladly take that.
Cool. All right, so armament, so you can kind of up your AC to 23 if you expend your reaction in order to do so.
Yeah.
And then wonderful.
So
and that
points.
I think we described as a
It's
minor
new
new
power
from your
from-
current source.
yeah. So that looks like it's 2 points.
So that's 2 points. You have 3 points left.
Question. So we seem to have been fighting a lot of things that are of an undead variety.
True.
Does it? Have we seen like this? Like the light damage has been extra effective on those enemies?
You have not noticed it being extra effective. No, you have not noticed any vulnerability so far to the light. With maybe one exception, but not as like an across the board.
Okay.
I would be insanely OP if that were.
Yeah.
That's very true.
In that case, let's see. So then, what would a minor enhancement of my flight speed be? Like going from 30 to 60, or?
Oh, sure. You already have a flight. So yeah, you could bump your flight up. Yeah, you could double your.
Right.
I also do want to mention.
Yes.
As you see how there's different prices for things, whatever. You can hold them.
Well, I want to hold on to that last one. If I'm spending 4 now, I'd like to hold on to my 5th.
You're gonna keep one held tight, but you'll do it. But yeah, if you want to use your other one to double your fly speed to 60, I say go for it.
I would love that.
Oh, I'm just reading the note here. Also, we can donate them to each other, right?
You can. Yes, you can donate your extra powers if you have a spare one. Now, keep it for later is, it's almost like you're donating to yourself for later, but if somebody's like really trying to do, a major new power from their current source or a major new power from a new source, or if they're trying to do some weird, thing like that, you can always help them. You can bump that up. Right. So
so mechanically speaking, then is this so because technically the Guardian gives me a flight speed equal to my walking speed, so now is it just like Guardian gives me a flight speed equal to double my walking speed, or how?
Let's say that. Yes, okay, let's go with that. It's I don't think that it will make you run faster because you don't really need to. You'll just
I was thinking more in the terms of like mechanically like because technically saying that it gives me a 60-foot fly speed is different than saying that it gives me double my walking speed as fly.
Sure. So let's say it's double your walking speed. Let's say it's 60 feet or double your walking speed, whichever is faster. And I would say, just because of how stuff works, the Journeyer's fly speed is also now 60.
Great.
Cool. All right. Who would like to go next? Then in that case, okay, yeah, go for it. Yes. What are we thinking, Lumen? Are you gonna go one thing huge or a couple different things?
More heals.
More heals. Just nothing but more heals.
More heals.
All right. So in that case, Lumen, I would like for you to on your sheet there. I think we do have a spell page for you.
Yes.
So I'm basically going to I'm going to highlight on your page. You just have spell slots and healing spells, and that's just what you've got.
Okay.
You will specifically have, since you're doing the kind of like this is like a big new power. This is going to cost you 4 of your enhancement points.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a major enhancement of your existing power. So we're just kind of going for the fully thing. So you are going to have 4 first level slots, 3 second level slots, and 3 third level slots.
Okay.
You are going to learn the Spare the Dying cantrip.
Sweet.
So if anyone is down and you're out of healing, you can heal them like with you can just stabilize with a touch.
Okay. Wait, sorry, it's how many third level? 2?
I think 3 as well. 3 yes, 3 third level.
Okay.
You also gain 2 other features. You can do these, you can use either of these once per rest. So basically you can do either of these like one time, but even if you take if you rest for an hour, you get both uses of these back, and you can use one of them twice, or you can use one of them once. One of your options is that you can use your action to choose any creatures around you and give 30 hit points to any creatures around you. If multiple people are down, you can just use an action and just boom, knock them up like that. For those of you who are longtime D&D players, basically what Lumen's unlocking is being a 6th level cleric.
Oh, jeez.
So you don't get every single feature, but you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that channel divinity. So you can just call yourself Preserve Life because I'll know what that means. And you also you gain 2 channel divinities. The other one that you get, is not even is worse than your normal stuff. So just kidding. You just get that one. I'm not even going to give you the channel divinity of the Light Cleric because you can do better than that on your own.
Okay.
So yes, there you go. So basically you have this, basically you have this thing where it's like, in addition to your spell slots, you can just kind of get the people up with that. You could literally, like, if 30 people just dropped dead or dropped to 0 hit points around you, you can give 30 people 1 hit point.
Whoa.
What was it? Preserve.
Oh.
It's called Preserve Life.
Preserve life.
Yes.
No joke.
Yeah, so that'll be a helpful thing for you to have, and you can do that twice per rest, and that's another thing where, like, you can use that. Technically, you can't use that on someone who's that you can't use those points to get somebody over half of their hit points, if that makes sense. It's really something for, like, when people are super low. It's kind of just getting them back up or bolstering them a little. Like, if somebody's 20 points down, you can't use those points to heal them, but we'll get to that in the actual doing of it. All right, and in addition to that, the specific spells you're going to get are, I have them over here. So yes, you basically already have Cure Wounds. So you've got Cure Wounds, you've got Healing Word, you have.
So Cure Wounds is just what is it?
It's Cure Wounds.
It's Healing Glow.
1d8. Yeah, it's 1d8 per. Yeah, it's kind of like you can still call them Healing Glow, but basically, you've got Cure Wounds.
Okay, Cure Wounds.
Cure Wounds. Healing Word. I know there's a couple others. Lesser Restoration. Prayer of Healing, which you really are never gonna. I mean, it's an out of combat thing, but you can occasionally do that if it ever comes.
Are these
up.
all the first level spells?
No, sorry. Yes. Lesser Restoration and heal and the next one I said Prayer of Healing. Those are second level.
Got it.
And then the third level one is Revivify. And I think Mass Healing Word.
Got it.
Cool. And I think that's all you get for there. Oh, and then one last thing. This is actually very complicated, but we'll just get into it when you're actually doing it. Whenever you heal someone, you heal them the number of die for the spell, like however much healing the spell says, plus your wisdom modifier, +2 plus the level of the spell. I know that's complicated. Pierce can help walk that through when it happens, having played a life cleric many occasions. Yeah.
Once you're in practice, it's not. Once you're actually doing it, it's a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. So there we go. That is Lumen. Teleportia, are you ready to go?
Bonus action portals.
Teleportia is going with a very logical thing to do. So basically, Teleportia is going to do the you're just going to bonus action the portals. That's your sort of major enhancement. You can make all your portals as bonus actions. You can still do other things. Easy.
That's cool.
Peasy, squeezy.
Both Teleportia and Lumen have 1 extra point left over. So you can either bank that, or you could donate it if you wanted to, or you can use it to either click 1 more box or increase one of your ability scores by 1.
I'm gonna bank that for now. 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
1, could I, if I bank it, do I have to wait till the next time we level up to use it, or could I, like, down the line just be like, you know what, I want to use it now?
Correct. That.
Okay.
Probably like over a rest, if that makes sense. You can use it like anytime you're resting in game.
Okay.
And you can make a strength saving throw. In response, I would like to now be proficient in
Yeah.
strength saving.
Yeah, I'm gonna saving throw right there. You can't quite do it at that.
And then my second question is, so I'm not saying do it or whatever, but like if like me and Teleportia have 1 point, could we theoretically, if we had points banked up, could we combine our points and have like a teamwork power?
I won't say no to that if we figure out a way to make it work. Sure.
Okay. All right. I will
combo.
hold on to this
Banking.
point.
Yeah.
All right, great. Teleportia, you're going to hang on to yours as well?
Hell yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so we have some points hung on to. Also, Findon, if you want to hold on to your one.
Nope.
Happy to get that out there. All right. So for V.
Yes.
Sort of after everything that happened, and Captain Eldritch went down, much like Batman can't. But
Don't start that
Captain
rumor.
Eldritch is he just fell in combat. I don't know what you're thinking of. Batman's not allowed to fall in combat in the comics. I know what you're talking about.
That's not true.
Yes.
Smoking. So anyway, yes. So he was, of course, revived at the at Top Care. And as everyone is kind of like taking a couple of days here to sort of kind of settle in a little more firmly to sort of life as Top Flight, to sort of deal with both the added pressures and the fact that you have successfully vanquished the threat that killed all of the previous version of Top Flight, excluding Shinobi Red. As everyone's kind of going into these things, you probably sort of mentioned some of your potential interests in new powers, your interest in maybe like how you could help more, and sort of as he's finished whatever convalescence he's doing there, he's heals pretty quick. Dustin will say, yeah, well, I mean, look, if you're looking for a little mystical kick, I know individuals, I can get you power.
I didn't know I'd be able to do anything like that.
I mean, I think it could, I think your like unique abilities to split yourself off, there are pacts you could make with individuals. I can arrange these pacts, Is that something you want to do?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, here, come with me. So he, with Wanderlust's help, he's going to take you on a little bit of a journey, kind of slip you away.
All I'm seeing
V
is
is
the
absolute-
magic carpet sequence from Aladdin right now.
I can
Well,
show you the
Speaking
world.
of which,
In my head, V is just that person that, like, a drug dealer comes by a school and it's the easiest sale of his life. You know
hey
what
kid,
I mean?
hey kid, you want? Yes,
Jesse, it's
I
fine.
know a guy got pure power,
smart,
good
bro.
price. That's in the chat right now. Yeah, precisely. Yeah, I know this is like real patrons. I'm not doing that unless like these aren't patrons that fell off a truck. This is like certified good
These
stuff.
are like primo patrons. Yeah.
Primo patrons. Let me see what do we got. I got a fiend. Got a fiend right here, kid. You want a fiend? Hey, kid, Hey, come on. And now we got Celeste.
Oh, we got some Fae. We got some rare Fae.
Yes, I would say that knowing you, he is going to actually, and we'll go ahead and there could be a magic carpet sequence involved here, because the primary patrons that he would likely be taking you to, based on you and what he knows of you and how he thinks you would handle stuff, would be the Fae, the fairies, in that realm. He's not going to take you to a fiend because he's like, that's not a good idea. But he also might think there are things you could get from some genies he knows. So yeah, tell me, princess, when did you last let your heart? I'm sorry, but you are a princess. You're a princess V. So anyway, he's like, yeah, you want to go talk to an all powerful genie, or you want to talk to like a pretty fairy. I'm not being pejorative there. Like, they're literally fairies. I don't speak like that, obviously, but I know a lot of people say with my accent, whenever they hear me say fairy, they're like, whoa, like, let's like, hold on, that sounds offensive. And I literally mean like a pixie with wings. And they're like, you're making it worse. And I'm like, I'm literally talking about a mythological creature. And then usually they get it, or they've already called, someone to get me in trouble on the internet. Anyway, yeah, what's up? I wasn't talking. What are you saying?
What will I owe them? What do I have to exchange?
I'm not sending you to people who are going to ask you a lot. I'm all right, V, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm sort of calling in a favor for them to give you a favor. You know what I mean?
Oh. The Fae, then.
You want to go talk to a fairy? All right, let's go talk to a fairy. All right, so basically, if you go and speak with the Fae will let you know that in addition to some new, some additional spells you can pick as your warlock spells, you also can attempt to either charm or frighten all creatures within a 10-foot radius of you. They'll have to make a wisdom save against your spell save DC. And we'll plug all this in just in just a couple moments.
I have a question about that.
You can.
Say V has a bunch of formations out. Can she do that from all her formations at once?
So this is a conversation we've been having. I actually think for that one, I'm going to allow it, but typically the spell slot is shared by all of them. So, for example, if V takes Armor of Agathis, V can cast Armor of Agathis on herself, then split, and they all have it. But if they're out, she only casts it on one. That one, I do think they'd all have to do it right then, so you could cover a much larger area by interspersing them through a thing. But yes, you could have because it is from 10 feet of you, and there's many yous. So the idea is they all kind of go out there. Whereas like Eldritch Blast, she can just spam those from all of them because it's a cantrip single action. Of course, none of you even know that she's up to this stuff. But yes, so you are going to be introduced to a Fae.
Oh no. I don't like that smile, Philip.
No. This isn't a bad thing. This is honestly more a thing just for KJ.
Also, when you said armor for what's it? I heard armor for Agathith.
Agathith. I rolled in the Star Wars game I play. I rolled an NPC whose name was Agathith Kush. Agathith on name generator because I love them. But then because of her like every only way is Essex accent, she pronounced it Agathith. So that was just a little thing for myself. Anyway, you are being specifically brought to a member of the Sealy Court. Her name is Lady Peace Blossom. And she has a couple of like very pleasant looking unicorns frolicking behind her. And she's kind of just she's painting on a tranquil lakeside. Kind of looking very. But Dustin's like, "Your ladyship, I was just I think my friend V here might be willing to accept some power from you if you're willing to hand it out."
Should I bow? Do I bow? I'll bow.
Yeah, bow. That looks good. Yeah, bow. Wait, lower. No. Do like real low.
No.
Like, so your nose is in the grass.
Only if you stand over there.
What?
Never mind. Hi.
I don't know. I'm not looking. I'm a classy guy. Come on. In any event, so Lady Peace Blossom kind of looks over and goes, "Oh yes, that would be fine." She continues painting, barely looks at you.
Should I show her what I can do, or what do I do?
She said it'll be fine. They're just gonna give you some powers. You need anything from else, my lady? No. That is fine. Okay.
Can I pet one of the unicorns, please? Or no?
You a virgin? They don't let you touch them if you're a virgin.
What?
I'm fucking with you. Go. Yeah, go ahead. Go nuts.
I go and pet a unicorn.
Kind.
What?
Yeah, you just rolled over that. He asked what kind.
Ooh. He's like, as you walk away, he's like, that question was that's a telling question. Fair enough. So walk up to a unicorn, and I want you to make a persuasion check.
Nope. sorry, I got so excited. At 12.
You walk up to the unicorn, reach out for it, and it just rushes off. I guess the wrong kind, V.
That's not what I
In any event, so V, you are being given the basic abilities and powers of really. I want to kind of keep things moving here to an extent. I may have you actually learn a little bit more after this. You're eventually going to be given the abilities of a 3rd level warlock, but I don't really want to pick a pact for. Have you even looked at the pact yet? I probably didn't even tell you to.
I skimmed it.
So let's not worry about that, but you are going to get 2 Eldritch Invocations and all the spells that a 3rd level warlock can get. So I think one of those, I think you said you were going to do Eldritch Blast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to take Agonizing Blast, so you get to add your charisma to potentially 8 shots in a turn. Yeah.
Yes.
Good Lord.
And
Wait, no,
and then yeah, go ahead.
No, never mind. Continue.
And then as far as what another, I'm trying to think if there's a good other Eldritch. Anybody have an Eldritch Invocation? Hey, did you look at any others? Were there any you wanted to take?
No.
V?
Yes.
Mask of Many Faces is usually pretty fun.
Which one, V?
Oh, sorry. No, that was me. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I looked at a bunch and couldn't decide.
That's fine. You can kind of make some of these decisions as you go. You can choose them as the time comes, including your pact. Yes, for sure. But you, in general, you are going to know 2 cantrips. You're going to know 4 spells, and you will have 2 2nd level spell slots with which to cast them. So if you do take Armor of Agathith, you will technically be giving, I think it's 10 temporary hit points. So any formation under that effect would have 10 temporary hit points as well as the 1.
Oh, okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
All right, and you'll know 2 invocations. Great. So that is that. So over the course of these days, you have gone to the fairy realms. You have met Lady Peace Blossom, who has granted you some power in exchange from Dustin. He kind of drops you back off in the mortal realms. He's like, all right, well, don't use that irresponsibly or anything. Or do. I bet you'd be funny with it. It's fine.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Well, yeah, thanks for, hauling me back and healing me when I died touching a freaking god.
Well, you made it. That? Yeah.
That's true.
We appreciate it.
Lost my fucking hat. It's fine. No, I'm happy to do it. It's fine. I'm not mad at you about the hat. I'm mad at it.
Can I pull out another hat and give it to him?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks a lot. Wow, this almost has the same significance when my father gave me one and said he was never going to leave us. That's great. Cool. Well, thank you. I'm fucking with you, of course, V. Always fun to talk to you. Say hey to everybody on the team for me. All right. I got to get back and do more shenanigans they don't approve of. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. I'll see you later. He heads out.
Bye.
Yeah, you too. What? Bye. Yeah, bye. Yeah, later. Heads around the corner. All right, Dustin is gone. So our friends have all powered up. So just so you know, he called in a favor. He also gave you one of his enhancement points because that would have cost 6.
Hey, what a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Really should be in charge of Topflight.
I think Shinobi has something to say about that.
It's so interesting that you say that about the guy who was literally siphoning deific power without telling you.
I know.
Had you picked, that was one of the,
you like actions, you know what I mean? Like he has literally done nothing but help us and literally solve all of our problems and save the world basically single-handed. So if he was siphoning deific power, all I can go off of is that it was for a good reason.
That's why That's why it's great. All right. So in these days of things being prepared, one thing you are aware of is that now that kind of the matter has been settled and sort of more definitive tests have come back from Top Care and Synth Devil, a funeral has been arranged for the 6 fallen members of Topflight. It'll be held kind of basically sort of shortly after we begin our session. You are all expected to be there. You're not expected to speak or anything. You can if you wish to.
Is this like
there is a
closed superhero ceremony, or is this going to be like a body laying in state kind of thing?
Bodies laying in state, massive, like public event.
I'll put on my formal suspenders then.
Perfect. However, the sort of the evening before this, or shortly before this, Armament and Teleportia receive a note, like an electronic, like a ping, asking you to come to a section of Topflight Tower you've never really gone to. If you head there, it's a couple levels down.
Do you want me to say who that's from?
It is from Shinobi.
Okay.
And it is her training dojo. And she sort of, welcomes you both in there. She's in her uniform, but like not like the full about to fight. Like she doesn't seem to be in the midst of fighting, but she kind of, brings you over to a window and sort of just looks out on the town. And after a few moments, we'll sort of say, there is something I'm going to share with the two of you. I feel I can trust you. I cannot trust Synth Devil because he's evil. I'm not holding it against him, but he's literally a devil. I don't trust V. She's not ready. That's been proven multiple times, but my hands seem tied by politics, which is always my favorite thing. I trust Lumen to do the right thing, but she has a very light and dark way of seeing the world, and as such, I don't want to come to her with any matters of nuance. And Findon, what do you think of Findon? She kind of turns and looks at you both for the first time.
I mean, I don't really know much about him aside that seems like a generally good guy and is strong as hell.
He tries to help in this way that he can, I feel.
Something about him, I don't know, perhaps he's simply reminding me of someone. The point is, I'm not coming to him with this, I'm coming to the two of you. I've thought very hard about the situation, but I am torn between two duties right now. I cannot stay in Topflight. There is something I have to do.
So do you mean you can't physically stay here, or you can't remain part of the team?
Well, I can't physically stay here. I'll be definitely remaining a part of the team. Hopefully more explicitly than you realize. The two of you will be aware of this. Synth Devil will probably be able to ascertain this, although we've taken certain measures to prevent it. But she snaps her fingers, and another Shinobi Red walks out. She walks just like Shinobi. It's very convincing, but there is something like pristine in her movements. She's extremely, precise in how she moves. Unlike Shinobi Red's usual getup, she has like the veil across her face, but she also has like a mirrored faceplate on. Shinobi gives a nod, and you've seen Shinobi with the mirrored faceplate on. It's like one of her, sometimes she'll go full. But behind that, you see there is a metal-skinned android. This is, never mind where it came from. This is my robotic counterpart, Shinobi Steel. she will be looking to the two of you when I cannot be controlling her directly.
They're just a rainbow of shinobis out there made of different materials.
I can't speak to that. But she will sort of
Shinobi
say,
bronze.
the two of you, Shinobi Steel, this is, please imprint command authority to Teleportia. And Shinobi Steel kind of looks at you and gives you a nod, gives you a bow, and to armament. So, while I'm gone, she will do as you say. If you have occasion to make a move against the synthetic devil, and you have cause to do so, I think you should probably take it. I don't believe there's cause now, but as I said to you, Armament, if you're keeping your eyes open, I have dreadful concerns about him. Shinobi Steel may have ways of cutting him more deeply than others. I'll put it like that. Shinobi Steel flips down the visor. So, I feel a little bad about sending my robotic counterpart to a funeral for all my friends tomorrow, but I do have somewhere to be tonight. Good luck. If you have questions for me, you can ask her. I will get them eventually when I have time. There will be places I'm going where I won't be able to be in electronic contact, unfortunately.
Top Mobile doesn't have great roaming.
Electronics are not allowed in certain places. If anyone comes to you speaking of the Order of the Severed Heart, you assume that I am dead.
In that case, if we are forced to make that assumption, what do you want? How should Shinobi Steel operate?
As me, for as long as is able. If you can retire her when suitable alternatives have been found, suitable new members of the team. But I've already said my goodbyes to my former comrades. I don't need to do so at a state function. A lot is riding on you both. We're all being called to make difficult decisions. I hope that leaving is the right one, but it is what I must do, I think. I hope. All right. Good luck.
You too.
Good luck to you too.
She sort of bows and she walks out of the room. Shinobi Steel watches her go and just turns back to you. And then in Shinobi's voice says, I think it would be wisest if I continue issuing certain orders so as to appear like Shinobi Red.
I agree.
But if you ever wish to undercut them, do so subtly. I'm very insightful. Insightful. Just kidding. Robot humor.
Well, I would say probably don't make those jokes around other people. I assume they don't. I assume most people have never heard Shinobi Red make a joke in their life.
That's true. Between you and me and you, she had kind of, there's no servo sounds, but just around you guys, I'm going to make them. But she's like, between you and me and you, Red can be a real pill.
This seems fine.
I feel like this is a test, so I'm not gonna respond.
That's wise. She'll be able to play back anything I see or say. She'll be cross with me for making fun of her, but also, what's she gonna do? Deactivate me? Ha, yeah, right. Reprogram me? Oh, uh-oh. She could do that.
Well, I'll leave you to ponder that.
I won't be pondering it. This is all just said to kind of put you both at ease with the fact that I am a robot. I'm going to go stand motionlessly in a wall staring at a wall until there's something for me to do. Bow, walk out.
No, that's not the strangest thing that we've seen in the last few days, so I'm not too concerned.
It's not. Oddly enough, yeah. I agree with you on that.
So,
What time of night? Was it like in the middle of the night or what?
it's like late. Yeah, a lot of people have already gone to bed.
Okay.
That's kind of. So with that, as the two of you head to sleep with this new knowledge, we will awaken the next morning for a funeral. Do any of you wish to speak at the funeral? No one.
I know they'd appreciate jokes, but I feel like someone should speak from the new group.
Synth Devil is, of course,
Not you, Synth Devil.
Synth Devil has come. Oh no, I would
No,
not
no,
think
no.
that I should be the one to speak at all. I might not even attend the ceremony.
That's
for
probably
fear of
what.
frightening the children.
You enter a church?
It will not be in a church, fortunately. Not all members.
I would like to still reiterate my question.
Yeah.
Lumen volunteers, even though I hate the idea of it. Lumen absolutely.
You were going to be the one I was going to suggest.
Ugh. All right.
Well,
I don't
fortunately,
think they would appreciate my jokes.
you, KJ, don't actually have to say anything. You can just make a persuasion check and just,
I will.
boom.
Nope. I will. I got.
Oh,
this.
you'll say some words. Wonderful. But Synth Devil, in answer to your question, says, I can enter a church. It, however, can be costly, but needs must on some occasions.
Costly for
Oh.
you or the church?
Either. Forgive me. I seem to be acting particularly evil today. It is probably because I am sad about many of my friends being interred in the earth forever.
I have a question about the churches. Is it any church? Any religion?
Only ones that are specifically and directly opposed to my devilish nature.
Ah.
Creeds of light and healing. And such. But I will be watching the affair from on television. Good luck today, Lumen. I hope your speech is enlightening. He floats up. So, if you all go down to the matter, you see numerous heroes are assembled. Do you want to go and speak to like the press at all, or do you guys kind of want to stay? Typically, these like Topflight is a little more removed. You know, some of the other like big teams are down, you know, discussing things or whatever. But you can certainly go down and kind of speak to reporters who are there.
Where's Shinobi Red? Shouldn't she be the one speaking to the reporters?
Shinobi Red says, I never make comments or statements to reporters.
Are the two guys who interviewed us on our first day here?
They are both here, yes. They are.
Okay.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Since I am used to duplicating myself, would I pick up on somebody else similar but not?
I don't know what you mean.
Like, would I be able to sense that there's something like slightly off with Shinobi?
Are you proficient in insight?
No.
I don't think so in that case.
Okay.
I mean, this woman is rich. It's a really good robot. That's all I'm going to say. It's a damn good robot.
I'm actually concerned about if she dies, what keeps funding this enterprise.
She's got some trust set up. It'll go for a
yeah.
while, but don't worry. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I have an unrelated. So, how secret are our identities?
They're intended to be pretty secret, but if you want to make them public, you can. Most superheroes hide behind some degree, but it is not a requirement. By
Lumens isn't a secret because she's just not from this planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine
But yeah,
either.
she's easily.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the origin of my powers aren't really known publicly. Whether or not people figured it out, I don't know how obvious it is. But
Sure. All right, so but yes, in answer to you were asking earlier, yes, I would say that they are not together. Lance Chen is there with several members of military brass. You know, a lot of like military representation here, especially for Meridian. She wasn't really in the military, but she kind of just fits that whole mold. And then Gonzalo Sanz of the UN is currently hanging out with the volunteers, who are happily speaking to many reporters about how no one should be worried about anything. You see the contender. He's this 6'4", just like perfectly chiseled individual, kind of like blonde hair. He wears sort of a superhero version of like a gymnast's uniform almost, but like kind of it's like over a full body sort of suit or whatever. And he's just speaking of, how like for our area, the volunteers are here. We all have so much faith in all members of Flight Infinity, etc. He's being very, saying everything perfectly.
I mean, I don't have anything to say to the press before the circus.
Okay.
First.
So you guys can begin. Sort of take your seats. You're up on the main dais, and all the bodies are sort of laid out before you, as a huge parade of people walk past and kind of like nod to you all. Various representatives of various different faiths give speeches, poems are read, all that sort of stuff, and a few superheroes do make some appearances. You also notice that a few family members, basically people where the family connection is publicly known, are here. So there's a couple of other heroes who are like related to the heroes who have died. But one person who you see is an older woman, kind of not older, but older than any of the heroes. She's currently not in costume, but you can see kind of like clouds of ice coming off of her. This is the original Ice Queen, mother of the Ice Queen who perished, who was on Topflight. She's a former member of Topflight. But she kind of, puts a hand on her daughter's clear, casket, and it ices up a little bit further. She kind of nods to all of you in her, black mourning clothing.
Just so I have like a gauge in my head, on a level of Silk Spectre 2, is it very similar? Okay.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah, on a scale of the answers, yes, that's what's going on here. You think she is probably like 55 or 60. But in typical superhero way, she looks about like 40.
She's in the reserves.
She is definitely a reserve member, yes.
Yeah.
And so she will sort of take her seat up on the dais with there aren't too many like past members of Topflight. There are some, but it's there are some retired people. Oh, also you do all notice kind of just standing very stoically watching this being just wheeled and set in front of each casket in turn. Rocky Jumper comes, and it has nothing to say. It has no words. No words could describe.
The nurse is here too?
The nurse is wheeling.
Mm-hmm. All right. Lumen walks over.
Such a strong ass nurse.
Tearing up,
wheels it up and brings back and lets it sit there for a while. But are you coming to Rocky Jumper or the nurse?
Both.
Okay. Well, the nurse the nurse keeps setting, like the nurse basically has Rocky Jumper on like a push dolly and wheels it over and lets it off and lets it have a few moments to just do whatever it's going to do.
Okay, I'll go to
And
just the nurse then first.
Yes. Oh, hi there. Yeah. Hey,
Oh, hi.
hon.
I'm glad to see that you were both able to make it to the service today.
Oh, believe me. I mean, Rocky Jumper didn't have to say anything to know that it wouldn't want to miss this for the whole world.
Sure. So he's feeling all right after the excursion out the other day.
It definitely put him in a kind of it got real quiet after that, sure. But
Did it?
no,
Quiet. Okay.
it was a different sort of it was in an interesting mood after that. Kind of very, very
Sure.
quiet, not very playful, yeah.
Yeah, but he's back to normal now, or
I mean, is it ever going to be back to normal after witnessing what happened? I don't know, but it's trying. It's trying its damnedest. Hold on, I got to move it over from the Dinosaurian to Baron Darkness. Just excuse me one moment, hon. And
okay.
But it's not making a big show of it. It's not crying or anything. It's doing. And the other sort of members of, I mean, many of them can walk or are even in walkers, but kind of there's a procession of all of the members of the Joyous Guard. Red Rover says something.
God.
Not offensive.
Oh, that's nice.
I am amazed.
Thank goodness.
Lumen will go over to Rocky and say, I'm glad you were in good spirits today to come out for this. If you need anything, please do not hesitate to let me know, Rocky. Lumen will just look at the nurse. Lumen will walk away, still very confused at this entire thing.
At the end of his procession, I will just lock attention with it, and just sort of stoically nod. I don't and
in response, Rocky Jumper ever so slightly goes, and then is fully on the dolly and gets pushed further.
Yeah.
All right. So, it's on. Wonderful. So, at this time, more speeches are given, more prayers are said. A beautiful poem is given by like the poet laureate or whatever. But Lumen, it is your turn to speak on behalf of Topflight.
Okay. Oh, it's on behalf of all of us? Okay. Right.
I mean, you don't have to speak that way, but that's kind of that's your slot, basically.
Sure. Okay. So am I last?
Basically, yeah.
Got it. Okay. When I was sent here to Earth to aid in the fight against darkness, I was welcomed by each and every member of Topflight, especially Baron Darkness. Lumen will have a set of cards that she just kind of skips over like 5. They were all taken too soon, and we were abruptly cast in the avenging role to flips through the cards. I'm so sorry. She'll just toss the cards. She will look at her current members of Topflight. All good people, and though I did not spend enough time with all of them, some of them indeed made a big impact on my own doings on this planet. And I will never forget my time with them, as they were all good people. And thankfully, what so tragically and painstakingly took their lives away is now gone. but we will continue to fight in their honor because they were all good people. Thank you. I am sorry for all of your losses. Okay. And she will step down from the stage.
There is some applause to that. In fact, kind of Ice Queen 1 kind of even looks at you and gives you a very thankful nod.
I'll actually split into some like 4 more bees behind me, just like crouching for more.
More. Yay! Way to go! Way to go!
I will stand and try and basically do the like. It's not exactly this, but it's sort of the theater clap.
You're doing
where
a
you
slow
like
clap?
No, you clap and then you like clap for the back of house. So it's like a clap for like Lumen, and then I like sort of gesture to, like aim towards like the former members of Topflight.
Okay.
That's
yeah, that can be it's not a comedy, unfortunately. It's just a performance.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Performance check. You might even be proficient in that anyway.
I don't know that I am. Let's find out. I haven't done it yet. I am not, but it's not the worst. 15.
Yeah, you're 15. Yeah, you I mean, you guys are always allowed to. You can also throw hero dice on these things, of course. But yeah, a 15 is enough that you eventually get a decent applause going. I mean, it you know, people are moved. It's a moving situation. People applaud. Even Rocky Jumper doesn't clap. You know, it's a very like it's a moving moment. Yeah. So yeah. And Lumen resisted.
I'm very impressed.
Some part of
she threw the cards away.
I know.
There is some part of Lumen where like some
there's like it's 20 cards about Barret Darkness.
One good thing came out of this, the death of this guy. Yeah. But as you're up there is some part of you that both feel like one part of you is like that was the right thing to do, but some other part of you is like I just told the lie to all these people. I just lied. So
I am going to applaud teleporting all the note cards to my hand so I can read
Hooray! You're like clapping through the portal each time.
Yeah, clapping through while grabbing each.
Then you know what? Make that survival tracking check. Let's see if you get them all. Would you like to give yourself advantage?
Oh my god!
No, just rolling it.
All right. 21.
Do you want to add any? You want to add any hero points, hero dice? Are you good with a 21?
Oh gosh. Yeah. I will add a 6.
All right, roll the d6.
25.
25. You are confident that you've gotten all of the cards gathered up.
Is there
It's amazing. Everyone's like, was that like an effect? It wasn't very flashy. Go ahead.
No, never mind.
In any event, a procession now begins to kind of like a cemetery where the bodies, or I guess they probably won't. They'll be buried secretly, but they'll be like where they'll be lying in state. So kind of a procession begins to that. But kind of a lot of people are kind of moving out of like the big courtyard, or whatever. But
Lumen will lean over to Armament and ask, "Oh, you put your dead in the ground?"
Not every culture does that here, but many do.
Ah, we launch our dead into the sun.
Like a burial at sea, almost.
No, they burn in the sun so that they become part of light. It is a metaphor. I don't think they actually become light, but they burn.
Of course.
It also saves space. It's economical.
I understand that.
We have beautiful gardens.
How are those two related?
We have space for gardens.
Yes.
Oh, Lumen. I don't know what Shinobi Red was thinking, not telling you about a robot.
Right?
In any event, I would say Ice Queen kind of comes over and speaks to Shinobi Red. Specifically, and Shinobi Red, kind of comforts her slightly, but stays fairly aloof. And he almost gestures over to Armaments and Teleportia and the rest of you. And so Ice Queen sort of steps over as this procession's going off, and she says, I don't even know what to do. I'm so glad you were able to stop that thing. I thought when it defeated Meridian, defeated all of them like that, there was nothing to be done. But I guess there's always a new group, right? There's always a new hope.
Always something that we haven't tried.
Precisely. Well, there are only 6 of you on the team now. If you are, I am not at my full power, but if you are looking for experience, if you need more members, I have been on Topflight before. I can return.
We appreciate the gesture, Ice Queen. But you've done your duty.
Well,
should we need you and your guidance, we will absolutely call upon you.
My guidance would not be worth much, but I would.
Well, your experience breeds wisdom.
Well, they were experienced. She kind of gestures to the 6 bodies. They were well experienced. Ghost Man had a lot of experience. He's not in his coffin, obviously, because his ghost was gone. But
it does feel redundant.
Yeah. All right. She walks down the steps after her daughter.
What is there for Ghost Man? Is there just like a picture?
Yeah, there's just like there's like a draped coffin kind of just representing him.
Okay.
Many of the caskets
were
are
these open caskets?
A lot of them are like clear caskets of everyone who has turned gray. Ghost Man's is sort of black and like has like black shades over it, and Vectron's is a closed casket.
Yeah.
That checks out. Yep.
So, but as the procession continues on,
have they been? Sorry to belabor this point. Were they like manicured by like a funeral home, so that they're like, has their skin been like tinted back to their normal colors, or do they remain entirely gray?
I think what they probably did was had kind of like almost tinted glass where you couldn't tell that,
like kind of
where they
frosted
almost would have looked monochromatic, but anyway.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's not just apparent that they're all gray, but yes, they are all gray. And they sort of move those along. As that continues, and you guys are kind of back there, and you volunteers are going, and the Joyous Guard and various other of the groups who sort of came for the funeral. Anything? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna look at the group. I'm saying, I think I have something to say to the reporters now. Felt sort of disrespectful beforehand. Is that okay with all of you? Do we want to make a statement?
I trust what you're going to say. Be good.
What would that be that you're going to say?
It's a day of mourning, but I just want to assure people that there is still a top flight. That's basically it. I'm not like gonna call Tatiana Temple out or anything like that. Not direct.
Yeah.
I was correct to throw away the Baron Darkness cards.
100%.
Yes.
I am
Okay.
so proud of you, Lumen.
Okay.
Excellent.
You did wonderfully.
And maybe don't bring him up again.
Yeah.
For the rest of the
I
day?
think
for the rest of forever, maybe. Might be good.
Okay, well, his case has
It
been
just seems
closed
a
on
touchy subject.
Valos, so okay.
Yeah. But you did a really great job.
It was a very excellent execution of the human custom of not speaking ill of the dead.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
And do talk to them. I would like to be behind you to show my support.
Oh, sure.
Well, we there.
Yeah, this is just sort of like a real quick thing before we follow on the procession, which I assume we're sort of supposed to.
Yeah, you can sort of step. You also like don't have to. You guys are top flight. You can not go to like the to that portion of it by all means. But yes, there are some reporters there, and if you step over, sure.
So I'll, if I may have a moment of your time.
Microphones, cameras.
As you can see, we are celebrating the lives and sacrifice of many great heroes, some of the greatest that our world has ever known. But I want to assure people here that the void that many people may feel right now is merely one of loss. It is not one of absence. For we are Topflight. We are still here. We have been given the duty to take care of this city, and we plan to do so. As you can see, the entity that claimed the lives of these heroes, thanks to my fellow members and our willingness to work with other people and understandings, and we were able to dispatch it without any civilian casualties. And we hope to keep this city safe and live up to the legacy of those that have fallen before us.
And what do you say to Tatiana Temple's statement that she hasn't caused any civilian casualties either? People start shouting questions about Temple and her statement and everything to you. Are you going after her? Is this what do you say to her claims? What do you say to her, this, that, whatever?
I would ask where Tatiana was to help us in protecting our city. Our top priority is protecting the people of this city and the people of this world. She wasn't there.
Teleportia and Armament. Notice that as V steps up and starts talking, Shinobi begins walking forward.
I'll just walk up with Shinobi.
Shinobi sort of turns to you and says, I cannot raise Synth Devil.
What do you mean?
I am not in contact. Synth Devil is not on communicators. She's only really saying this to Armament and Teleportia. If you're there closer, V and V, you guys are just getting shouted more and more questions. V and Findon as you sort of.
Can I discreetly release the Journeyer?
I send a portal to help you.
Yes, you can make a portal, and
subtly.
the Journeyer can go in. Where are you putting it? Just in top form?
Yeah.
You discover Synth Devil is sort of like sitting near the computer, going like this.
Oh.
The whiskey box.
Would you make a perception check for the Journeyer, please?
I'm gonna put my D12 on top of that.
Okay.
So right now that's 16, 12. I roll a 2 on the D12, so that's an 18.
18. Okay. I've rolled just a 19 on the die, and it's definitely not a -1. So basically, as like the Journeyer comes through and it's just like looking and like begins looking around and sees nothing, Suddenly, you hear kind of a, and you hear a voice going,
"Go, Grey Malkin! Oh, hurry! Oh, we gotta move. This is trouble."
a natural 20. So, how many hit points does the Journeyer have?
I mean, 1. So.
Oh, so the Journeyer is you do notice just with your perception that you see the Journeyer like a cat claw, like literally just like normal sized, just kind of like smashes in, and the Journeyer sort of disappears or is kind of taken out.
I'm gonna look at Shinobi and Teleportia and say, "There's a trouble. We gotta go."
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and Shinobi and Teleportia go through the portal.
I'm gonna. I kind of whisper
yeah.
and I'm saying the communicator as we're going through. There's an issue. Get back to the tower.
You can tell everyone that.
Yeah.
Yes. Lumen's kind of closer back with you. The other two. Are
I
talking
would
about
just
you.
rather. I'd rather say it in a way that like the reporters can't hear.
Yeah, you can kind of go like you
Yeah.
can just guys we need to go, and you can move
Yeah.
through the portal. Yeah, sure.
And I'll just say to the reporters, well, appreciate your time as always. And we will have more press conferences in the future, but the rest of the day is to respect the fallen members. Thank you for your time. And I'll sort of turn and, I guess, walk through this portal that exists.
We'll add in all of them.
I'm gonna grab Lumen.
I pat Lumen as we go through the portal.
All right.
We're just like,
So you guys, as you're running through the portal, you smell this like intense smell. It's similar to certain things that you smell dust and dew. It smells very magic-y. You see the Journeyer sort of like on the ground. You see Synth Devil going like this. You step through the portal. You smell this almost like it's not like it's not citrusy. It's more that like deep incense smell of certain kinds of sort of spell casting. And you do actually hear some footsteps, and you hear a distant voice going,
Jigs up, we gotta go quickly. Come, my pretties.
kind of going down one of the hallways leading out of Top Forum.
can I fly after whatever it is?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, we can't see like who's speaking, right? We just hear the
Can't
voice.
see you speaking. You're just like
Okay.
hearing a voice coming around a thing, and you're now hearing a lot like, shit, damn it, got to be so close. Whatever. People running. And you guys run around. So who would be in the lead there? Who'd be going fastest?
I think I would.
I'll
What's your
I'll-
fly speed be?
60.
I also do 80.
Okay, so if you're flying, be first, Teleportia.
Okay.
So Teleportia, you come like flying around like the curved corner, and I will say if you're just kind of going as fast as you can, you are clocked by this massive like white furred fist. And kind of like you see this big
Oh
Sasquatch
no!
who's like,
Susan?
sorry. Oh, no.
Rumor Inc.
As you are being punched in the face by a Yeti.
Susan!
That
The
I don't
Yeti
roll
is,
very
is
well,
not
though.
wearing a bikini, correct?
Susan is not wearing a bikini. I like the idea that Susan's in like all black stealth stuff, but no.
Yeah.
But Susan's still
Kind of like a
Oh,
black.
they're coming. So
a-
you're punched and you take about 20 points of damage, and
All right.
and Susan's like, hurry. And Susan will kind of rush away from you. You can make an op attack on Susan as she kind of starts running if you want.
Me.
Is Susan wearing a black beanie at least?
Susan is
Ooh,
wearing
that would
a pantyhose over her head.
I'm
That's good. That'll keep us from being able to identify her.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'll never be able to take that Yeti out of a lineup. Is that the Yeti? No,
as
we don't
a-
want to profile. There's one Yeti in the street, but we're not going to profile. Probably not the one we're after.
As a attack, could I just do a portal instead? Like teleport Susan to where my teammates are at?
Sure.
So she can't escape at least.
Sure. So basically, you teleport Susan back. So make a shove attack against Susan to try to push Susan into your portal.
Okay.
But for
All
those
right.
of you that are new, our secret files,
Wow.
our top secret episodes, we helped create this team that is now robbing us, it appears. And a lot of you probably in the audience right now help influence these people.
That's true.
So what did you get? Because Susan actually rolled bad, so you might be able to do this.
If this is me shoving her, then is that also my unarmed strike, or
It
or
actually
adding my plus 2
it's,
strength?
It's your athletics.
Athletics. Okay. So then that would be 19.
She rolled a 4, so though that gets her up to like she's not even 4 point. You do in fact shove Susan, who's like, oh, and Susan appears like back out of the portal you all came from, just this Yeti, like, oh, and sees you all. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no.
Do we know about Rumor Inc? Like, if we're looking at a Yeti, do we know that the Yeti's name is Susan? Or is it like, oh my god, there's a Yeti in front of us?
I think it's more like, oh my god, there's a Yeti. You're aware that Yetis exist, and there are a couple like known to your group. Honestly, there is there's an individual who I think died. Yes, the Himalayan was a member of Flight International. The only living members left are Lightung and Pyramid. But the Himalayan could like summon Yetis. That was one of his powers, but he died. So part of you is like, I don't think this is the Himalayan. Like, obviously it's just a Yeti. And this Yeti's also speaking unaccented English, like, oh no, oh no, oh boy.
So I'm sending 2 formations to fly back and restrain her.
Sure. She's just kind of, she's like half like, ooh. But you, so basically Armament, that's what it's leading, but Armament and V, you guys are continuing on around the corner. And you do see several women with various powers, and basically they're just like, Hobie, come on, we gotta go. And she's like creating some kind of magical thing. One of these women is holding, they seem to have been coming out of the area where the Topflight used to live. You guys are in new rooms, but like the previous group of Topflight, their bedrooms, they seem to be gathered in that hallway. And one of these women is very, very, she's like very carefully kind of carrying this kind of like black, kind of like pulsing thing about the shape of an egg, about this big, and she's like, and she looks up and she's like, shit, and the Hoboken witch is like, very quickly, my dears, just another moment. Oh, here they come. Protect me, Grey Mountain. And all her familiars are jumping up, so like you'll maybe hit them first. What are the 3 of you who are there doing?
I'm just gonna yell, we're gonna need you to stop that right now.
It's for our own good, believe me, my dearie.
She's attempting to cast a spell. Probably can't. Oh, you could, you could try to strike her to interrupt her.
I'd like to counter spell her with like a bow staff.
Sure, go ahead and make an attack as you kind of just like, throw a bow staff at her around.
Counter spell, bitch slap.
Where Susan is?
What's that?
Where's
Findon and Lumen are back with Susan, yes.
Yeah,
okay,
we don't fly.
The formations are going to tell them what's going on.
Well, if we're doing that, like, I have stuff before your formations would get here.
Yeah,
so.
Lumen would absolutely be talking to the Yeti.
What are you 2 doing to the Yeti on the ground?
I'm going to tell Topflight Tower to lock the fuck down.
Okay. Topflight Tower begins locking down. And the witch is like, haha, well, I think they are doing a magical enchantment to prevent teleportation. And Mind Game's like, that's really bad. Go ahead and hit the Hoboken witch.
24.
Jeez.
Ooh. But if she shields, she'll lose the spell. But you know what? The spell is gonna lose anyway because they're shutting down. He's shutting down on the magical teleportation. So she's like, fuck it. Puts up a shield against your thing, and you see the bow stuff kind of bounce off this magical warding, much like how you can create them. But in that moment, Mind Game's like, they're shut down. Oh no, he didn't. But did he? Oh god. And suddenly this. The egg bursts apart. So I need everyone who's there to make for me a strength saving throw. So that is V and a few formations. 2 formations, I guess, left. I need V and a couple formations, Teleportia, and Armament to make that, as well as several members of Rumor Inc.
I'm gonna spend my hero D4 to get advantage on this.
I love it.
My formations are over by Susan. I don't have any with me, but I got 24.
Oh, I thought you had multiples out and sent 2 back. And okay, so it's just you. So then you just make the strength save.
24.
I'm gonna put my D10 on top of this.
Sure. You manage to kind of like stay up and just kind of, like not be too far displaced. Teleportia.
15.
All right. You are slightly displaced by the darkness. And you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. You're kind of knocked into the wall. Armament.
18.
You are not displaced. You manage to stand where you are, keep your footing, or keep your hovering as this kind of wave comes out. But now you notice all of the members who are breaking in, doing whatever they were doing, have been knocked prone. And Hoboken Witch is like, yowza. So they've been kind of knocked about, kind of seem a bit dazed at the moment. But rising up before them is this, like, being of darkness. It looks almost like a negative, like it's like its shadow is like almost white or like gray, and it's just this pulsing dark thing, and it is speaking in a Do you think any of your characters speak Samoan?
No.
Are they bringing back Barren Darkness?
So basically, whatever it's saying is in kind of like a probably like some like Pacific language. You're really not sure what is being said, but it's like it has all the intention of like, at last I can do bad things. So we will go ahead and roll some initiative right now.
Can I have had one of the formations say, "Hey, Lumen, I know you're fascinated by this Yeti, but there's some bad darkness going on over there. You might want to."
So as this is happening, yeah, sure. But so Findon, you shut the thing down. Was there anything else you guys were doing when this Yeti showed up and the Yeti's just raising her arms?
Well, so the Yeti is like not fighting, right? Like it's just kind of
the
like
Yeti just
sad.
saw multiple people and it's just like, oh, they just sat down. Oh man, yeah.
Lumen will crouch down and ask, "What are you doing here, Yeti?"
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Findon.
The only other thing I would do is walk over and slap Synth Devil across the face.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Pull yourself
Go,
together.
I guess roll damage on that.
24 points of damage.
24 points of damage, and Synth Devil will sort of make a wisdom save in response to that. Thanks, I needed what? Seeing a Yeti on the ground. What? Curses, I've been bested. Seems very mad. Okay. But he is up and he's taking 24 points of damage. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So is anybody here with the initiative rolls? Is anybody over 20?
Oh, I didn't roll. I thought I was talking to the Yeti.
25.
25?
Yeah.
For no
He's
reason at all.
Why?
What is your...
For no reason at all.
What is your dexterity modifier, just out of curiosity?
This scares me. +4.
Cool. Alrighty. Anybody else over 20? Anybody over 15? 15 or higher?
17.
18.
18 for Lumen. Oh dear. Okay, and 17 for V. And Armament.
So my initiative modifier is +3, so I have a 4.
Gotcha. Findon.
9.
I was getting there.
You look like me trying to do math.
All right. So Teleportia, you actually are up first. As this thing has like just radiating evil, and it's getting big. It's like filling up the space. Already it almost like you're in dim, you're soon to be probably in dim light.
Well, I'm going to put up portal as my bonus action.
Okay.
And I will also probably warp beam them.
Warp beam it. All right, go ahead and warp beam this thing.
17. Oh wait. 18.
18. Shoot your warping beam of reality right into the heart of this darkness. And it seems to just kind of like bounce off of it. Not quite. You kind of didn't angle it right. It's hard to see in the shadow of this being. But you have portals up, so what, like portals so they could come through quickly to here?
Yes.
Okay, so basically you guys see another portal, or I mean, there already sort of is a portal, but now there's like another portal leading directly to the
another
fight.
Portal closer to
Exactly.
us.
There's a portal not halfway down the hall, now it's like right in the hallway. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. At the end of your turn as a legendary action, this thing will burn all 3 legendary actions and just like sow darkness. So suddenly magical darkness spreads through the space that you're in. It is pitch black. It's impenetrable. Armament, because of your perception modifier, like you can hear okay, so you're not just totally out of it, but for everybody else this is just like absolutely impenetrable darkness, dark power. And you hear that voice sort of speaking. That ends Lumen's turn.
Teleportia's turn.
20 to get a new turn.
Yeah.
Or Teleportia's turn, so sorry. Nobody's using a thing to go there. So with that, we will move on to the I2 Dynamo 61's turn. All right, so seeing these people sort of spread out before it, just like looking around, it is going to it's going to attack randomly because I can't decide which one of you would be strategically. So there's 3 of you still up. Oh no, actually, Teleportia is like on the ground, but kind of got him into that. But seeing that, he'll consider your target. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, coming for Armament. So Armament, you can feel it coming towards you. You don't really know where it is. I'm going to give it just like a little extra to its to hit rather than advantage. Kind of just like a minor, just like to reflect like partial whatever.
Yeah,
but
partial uncover.
Exactly. Partial uncover, exactly. So it's going to strike at you once. That one will not hit, I don't think, with a 16.
Nope.
It will strike at you again. Will a 19 hit you?
Am I able to use a reaction to shield?
You can use your reaction to shield because you felt like these like waves of darkness crashing towards you of these claws.
Then I will do so.
And you put a shield up to block that. And you hear this voice just cursing you. But that ends its turn. Very nicely done. Lumen, there is a portal leading to where this thing is.
We can't just leave the Yeti.
There's 2 formations guarding the Yeti.
Yeah, but and this is not a slight against you. I'm willing to bet a Yeti is stronger than you.
Then 2?
It's a Yeti. I don't know. Could I? Because Lumen doesn't know what's on the other end. Could Lumen, theoretically, could she step through, blast, step back?
Yeah.
Like not knowing what's on the other end.
You can go through and you'll have remaining movement to make your decision.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like you can go through and then decide what you're going to do.
Okay. Lumen will say to the Yeti, "Please stay right here. I will be right back." And then she'll go through the portal, expecting to see.
You know what? You asked the Yeti a question.
I did earlier.
So the Yeti, you will have heard the Yeti beginning to answer before the portal got up, and the Yeti's like, We just had to get something that her brother left here, because if he doesn't do something to it every day, so that's what you heard.
Okay.
Okay, so you step through the portal, and you are in the midst of total and unremitting darkness.
And I've lost my powers now, right?
I need to make yes, I also need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Four. I'm going to add something.
Okay.
The
other thing you can do is you can expend your D10 to not be frightened.
Oh, yes. Let's just do that. Yes. D10. Be gone.
Okay. So you go through and you are overcome with fear, and you're just like, I have to not be afraid of this. So you kind of do that, and you're not afraid. You probably, like, the hint of a scream escapes your lips. Actually, wait a second. Did we say you can't use it on your thing, though? I think the conditions are different. I know there's some shenanigans of you can't actually use mitigating things against the thing you have a weakness to.
Oh.
But conditions are different. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not asking to be immune from the darkness. I'm asking to be immune from the fright.
I will say that you are able to. Yeah, you can expend that D10 to just like not.
Yeah, like I'll still lose my powers, but I'm just not scared.
Yes, but you can feel that you can see nothing. It is like you can't even see your own glowing hands. The darkness is total and complete, and you can feel like you can't summon healing or light or anything.
Can I immediately just walk backwards? Just right
sure,
back into the portal.
Just shove yourself backwards, and I'll say that you getting rid of your fear, you are able to sort of understand where you are, and you fall out of the portal on top of Susan. And Findon, you see that.
Lumen will let Findon know our comrades are stuck in pitch black, and I am unable to help as I lose my powers when it's pitch black. So
seems strange for light, but
well, it's not kinda dark. It is pitch black. It is very different. Magical darkness, just like magical light, is different from just flipping the light switch on and off.
I'm going to trust you on that.
Actually, that's
I believe you.
Actually, a good point. That would have been a thing. Okay, well, continue on. That is Lumen's turn. V, you are up. You're in pitch blackness. Meanwhile, two formations saw Lumen come back through and are with the Yeti. What are you all doing?
Am I able to cast Eldritch Blast yet?
You can.
Here's a question.
You do really need to see the target, but I'll let you do it as a. Go ahead.
I have an idea. If I split into, let's say, 4, so the total of 5, V and 4 formations, would we all have to
triangulation?
Would we all have to shoot at exactly the same time, or can one shoot like at the ceiling to see if it lights, and then the others try to aim?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can have one go like a half second before another one. That's fine. Okay, so you've split into 4 formations. So you make 3 more. So you have 5 out right now, and one of them shoots an Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and roll the attack roll.
Yes, but I will have them like fly along the walls.
So to try to feel themselves along, but go ahead and have the one who will just shoot one at the ceiling to see if it lights things up.
Okay. Nope. Oh wait, what is we don't have the attack modifier yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. For you, it is plus. You're absolutely right. I'm so sorry. It is +7. I'll add that right now.
Okay. 10. I'll throw a d6. Can I?
Sure.
Because that one is an important shot. 6.
You fire it, and there is nothing but pitch blackness.
Okay.
The darkness does not seem to be illuminated at all by your Eldritch Blast.
Okay, the other ones, so there's 4 more that are going to shoot just from where they think the thing is.
So there's 2 are not here with you, you said.
Correct.
Right?
I split into 4, so there's a total of
You
5.
split 4 more out, so you have 6 out now. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. So
Yes.
the other, so including you, a total of 4 will go for it. Okay, yeah, do it. So it's a +7 to hit for the.
Okay. 15.
Also these all need to be at disadvantage because you cannot see. You're just shooting blind. So roll it again.
Yeah, so it'd be 15 for that one.
15 for that one. That one does not hit.
Okay.
Next shot at disadvantage.
That was 18. 10, so 17.
That one does not hit. Last one at disadvantage, or second to last one at disadvantage.
9.
Does not hit.
I hate this. No, those aren't gonna hit.
So basically, you shoot all those, and you hear a voice.
Now, watch it, whoever's shooting those eldritch bursts about. Now, you could put someone's eye out with those things. It's dark in here.
And whose fault is that?
Not mine, my dearie, not mine at all. Only trying to help. I'm the Hoboken Witch.
That is the end of your turn. At the end of that turn, the darkness, having witnessed all of these things just moving around, however, is going to... yeah, that's what it would absolutely do. The darkness moves, so you can feel the darkness moving past you, and even though I probably would allow you to try to make like a disadvantage op attack, you've already used your action to guard yourself armament. So you feel the darkness like rushing past you, and Findon and Lumen in 2 formations see it spreading out through the portal. It's like this instantaneous, like as soon as it hits, this just wave of darkness spreads around. And you don't really even see what's coming. It just suddenly is. It's like it is pitch black. And Findon, I would actually ask you to make a magic arcana check.
Okay. Really did consider that when we were upgrading. That's caught. 5.
You're like that. You have no idea. You have no idea what Lumen was talking about.
Yeah.
You're like, just turn a light on. Like what Lumen was very accurately explaining what's going on, and you just didn't get it. But the dark thing comes in here and is going to glancing around. It's going to take 1 swing at Lumen. Lumen does a.
Lumen went back through the portal.
Yes, it has come through the portal.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah,
Do I feel when things go through my portal?
I think you do actually.
Hope so.
A sense of presence just went through. You've got that kind of like, ooh, somebody's walking on dancing on my grave right now. Yeah, you're like, ooh, stepped on a crack. It has gone through, or it's moving through, but it's going to take its first swing at Lumen. Lumen, does an 18 hit your armor class?
Not if I put up a barrier of light.
Unfortunately, within this darkness, you're unable.
Right.
Light
Yes,
yourself.
yes, I will get hit. Yes.
It will deal you 21 points of dark damage.
So is it doubled?
You are not vulnerable to it. But like this is damage where like if you take this, your like heroic fortitude doesn't.
Oh, okay. So this is a genuine question because my weakness is written down shadow/dark.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not double damage.
It means that like you can't reduce that damage by any of the normal means you can reduce damage.
Okay, so it was 20 what?
I was 24. Did I say 21?
Okay.
I don't know.
I think you said 21.
I think it was actually
yeah,
it
21.
was a 6. Yeah, it's 21.
Okay.
So 21. As you just take this, but then it's going to take its other swing at old Findon. 28 to hit you, Findon.
Yeah.
Technically, it should be rolling these at advantage, shouldn't it? Let me just see if I got a crit. Hold on.
This
Not
fucking
against
guy.
Lumen.
Not afraid of the dark.
Natural 20 against Findon.
Of course.
Checks out.
I'm using this beautiful darkness one.
Of course you are.
Just so you're aware, Pierce, this is one of Mind Games.
Oh, excellent.
Felt that was appropriate there. All right. However, the second roll of those dice are a 2, 2, and a 1, so it's like very low for what a critical thing would be. So that should be that's only 25.
Okay. That's just those are all my new hit points gone.
So it's just this magical sort of like dark, shadowy thing just impacts you. And you do hear this just like dark chanting language. Now, Lumen, you were prepared against this, but you do have a fear that if like when you start your turn within this darkness, it might frighten you again.
Okay.
So V.
Yes.
Wait a second. Oh no, it used its legendary action to come through. That was V's. It shouldn't have made those attacks, but I'm just gonna let it because it's a bad guy. It's fine. It won't get any more legendary. It did too many at once. Apologies.
Seeing that it did that, can I spend my hero d20 to take a turn now?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
All right, well, let me roll this. Come on. That's a 10. So if I roll it again, I get another 10. Does that count as 20?
No.
That's a joke. No,
I wanted to entertain it, but sadly not.
knowing that I went through the portal.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm just gonna sprint back to the portal as well.
Well, you can feel where it went well enough that you stumble through the portal. Also, as it passed through, it's no longer dark where you all are, and you see all the members of Rumor Inc. on the ground, like, we're not in this combat for convenience for the DM's sake. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna bonus action and just shift my weapon to like the staff, like where except for the middle third where I'm holding it is gonna stay the same, but the third at either end is gonna become like a pointed blade, and then it's gonna be doing I'll have it do mystic damage.
Mystic damage, okay.
And then I'm gonna go and try and attack this thing.
Alrighty.
And I'll do both attacks. Let's see. Don't forget my D4s. Yikes. Yikes, indeed. Well, one of them will be a 20. The other one will be a 16.
The 20 hits.
Great.
Just barely, but it hits.
No, I'll take it. Which will be, that's an 8 on the dice. That'll be 14 points of Mystic.
Wonderful. That definitely seems to impact it. Didn't seem happy to receive it.
I'll after that I'll spend my hero D8 to try and get an extra action on this turn.
Cool.
That's not an 8.
So
You'll get 2 more strikes. It's good enough.
Like 2 more attacks.
And guys, I know where I'm just gonna try to get to the end of this round before we
well, one's a 28, the other one's a natural 1, so only one more hit.
The 28 does hit though, very good.
That's another 11 points of Mystic.
Nice. Very good. Okay. You are definitely impacting this thing. All right. That leads to an interesting turn, which is one cool thing about Yetis is they just use their sense of smell. So Susan's going to be like, oh no. So Susan's going to jump up at this thing and try to pound the dark. She misses once, but she hits the other time. Rolling pretty high, just so Armament, you can kind of like feel Susan, just like this, or a Yeti, you don't know she's Susan, but you feel this Yeti just like kind of like taking a swing, and it almost like comes near you, and she's like, sorry, but then the next one, kapow, in the face of it. It doesn't seem. Nah, Yetis are mystic damage. I'm fine with that. Their fists are magical. I'm rolling with it. It's fine. So what Susan seems to impact this thing as well. Very good. Findon, you are up.
Yeah, Philip. I would like to attack the darkness.
All right. So these are going to be at disadvantage for you because you have no idea really where it is. But go ahead and take a couple swings in the general direction.
So that's a 19 on the first.
So your
attack.
first strike misses, but you think you feel where it is.
Okay, I'll take the second swing. 27.
This time you connect with something. For a second, you're like, wait, did I just punch the Yeti? But no, your fist connects with something just like inky and incorporeal. Go ahead and make your attack roll, your damage roll, that is.
All right, so 12, 15, great. 18 plus 7, 25 points of damage.
Beautiful. Now, typically you could try to send this thing flying, but as it is incorporeal, it doesn't quite get bounced about like that. So that is your action.
Yeah, I'll spend a D8.
Okay.
Do not get it back, so I'm going to take another attack action, so another 2 attacks.
Cool.
So disadvantage, 15 will miss. 17 will miss.
Yeah. So you've punched it, but you managed to get one good punch in on the dark. You feel a pair of hands at the end of this, like furry hands, almost like shifting you, like over here.
Can you spend the D20 at the end of your own turn? Because I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, throw it up.
All right. Okay. So I'll take another turn. 2 more attacks. I'll spend a D4 on the first one to roll straight up. Roll 17, which misses. Second attack is going to miss because I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Okay.
Hang on. So that's 2. Hang on.
She's like,
Last attack.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw on that 13. I can enhance with all of them if I want.
Sure.
Right? All, yeah. Let's go ahead and throw the 6 and the 10 on it.
Go for it. The AC is 20 for this thing.
Yeah, so that was a 13. I rolled a 9 and a 2. So I rolled 24 total.
That one hits.
And then with that, I'll spend my D12 to upgrade the damage die.
Nice. So 5d8.
5d8.
Unless you roll a 12 and then it's 5d10.
I did not.
All right.
7, 11, 17, 23, 30 on that one.
30 on that one. Lovely. All right. Yeah, you guys are definitely pounding the darkness here. Shinobi Red is going to jump in. I'll just have her kind of wow. Shinobi cannot find this thing in the dark. Her processors apparently don't work that way. What? Only 2 of you know that. Armament, it is your actual turn with a 4.
All right, well then, let's keep on smacking and cracking, as they say. That's the technical term for it.
What
do you know? That's 28 and a 22, so 2 hits.
They hit.
Well, you know what? Sometimes the holidays do come. We're like, oh, look at those damage rolls, 6 and 8. So it's 14 plus 12, a total of 26 points of mystic damage.
2-6?
2-6, yes.
Beautiful. All right. Going after you in initiative, because of having rolled a 2 and having only a +1, a synthetic devil who is just on the outside of this darkness, although with his devil side, it doesn't really affect him, kind of just, oh no, this will not stand. And with a 3rd level spell, is going to attempt to dispel this magical darkness. We'll have to roll on it. I'm going to spend Synth Devil's D4 to give him advantage. He won't get it back, but he will get to roll twice. That is well high enough. So basically, the dark disappears, and you see it's about like, it's kind of like almost snake-like in form, with like kind of like big arms sort of like half forming off of it. The massive sort of 30-foot sphere of darkness around it has been dispelled, and Synth Devil points at it and says, "No one bests me. Why is there a Yeti here?" So now that this thing like looks around and you're all here, we are going to end tonight's episode here in initiative, about to begin round 2. So Teleportia, it will begin with you next time. As you have cornered this dark thing.
All right.
So cool fight, guys.
Just like one day, Philip.
What?
Like one day off. That's it.
You had
We had
several
a couple
days
days off. Yeah.
Yeah. You got new powers.
We didn't feel
So
that.
I probably had to go into work.
Poor Lumen had the one bad thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Lumen.
That's okay.
It's fine because from what I'm understanding, Lumen was correct to suspect that Baron Darkness could not be trusted.
Lumen's like on the ground having taken her
She's like,
absolute...
I was right.
Yeah. He had an item of questionable origin that's clearly here to hurt people. And now she gets to say, look, Synth, I was correct. Look at all your naysaying got you. It got you stunned, and little weird creatures bested you, and Lumen was correct after all, like she's always been. So it's okay.
Well, I'm glad in that case that Lumen is happy. In that case,
She's very happy. She is
That's
vindicated.
because Baron
guys,
was dead.
excellent leveling up. Excellent speech, Lumen. That was first rate.
Yeah.
We all learned a lot about superhero mating habits, both before our stream and then during the stream as a Massachusetts spellcaster tried to hit on a C-list singer.
What kind? I said, what if I was going to say, what if I'm not? Would I die if I touched a unicorn?
Understood. Well, he heard what kind, and that
Yeah.
think like, I mean, it's a legitimate question.
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge anyone. No,
Oh, God.
it's fine. You're into what you're into. I'm not. I'm curious. I'm not going to say I'm not curious.
Oh, no.
Oh, Dustin.
Apparently not that guy. But the synthetic devil has dispelled that darkness from around this thing, and now you see this strange entity forming here. Very good, everyone. I think that's it for the evening. Anybody have anything else?
No.
Just check us out on Friday. If
Yeah.
this didn't have enough death for you, that assuredly will. You can probably watch Lauren die a horrible death this Friday.
And if you like really dramatic people in really dramatic situations, tune in.
It has been fairly dramatic. We've had some heartbreaking moments. The deaths on it are also so rough. Like, I mean, whatever. In our last one, Pierce's character had a potion of healing and a wand of magic missiles on him, and was reduced to 0 hit points, and was trying to communicate this to other people. And instead, the monster ate his neck, and eventually has all those toys as the rest of the people ran
The
away.
final beat
Wow.
was the monster turning into me and welcoming children into the shop.
Yeah.
So
And if the monster knew enough about how shops worked, the final beat would have been the closed sign coming up. But the monster didn't know what a shop is. Doesn't know.
we don't have one because the Isles of Enchantment are always open to those seeking wonders. There is no close sign.
The Isles of Enchantment. It's spelled AISLES, you guys. I feel like that is the main point I wanted to make tonight. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time for the dramatic conclusion of our long
Lumen's vindication.
of AKA Lumen's vindication. And yeah, I know you guys were asking for Susan, and you got both Susan and Rocky Jumper in tonight's episode.
We did.
So that's
Yeah.
all I want to say in response to that. All right, everyone.
Ever.
Amazing.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Good night to you all.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.